And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. We have returned from our 4-month hiatus, and we have a new face with us. Andrew Keenan, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Mike Rotundo is in attendance, though he has quit formally, and we're going to miss him dearly. Robert Ziegler will not be with us today because of some issues with technology. We're going to have him set up through our Wi-Fi system next week. And Jack Weinberger is back, everyone. Sunglasses, shades, he's got a Busch Light in front of him and everything.
Paul, I am just so damn happy to be doing this again. It's been so long. We're getting back into it. Brand new studio here. Producer Zach. You know, Mike's no longer here, but he's supporting. I love it. I respect it. Andrew here in his Fire Elijah Moore jersey. I'm ready for a great time.
A little bit of a crowd, too, for the first time.
I'm ready for a great time. I'm excited.
You see the studio behind us. We are in Zach's grandma's basement right now. Eventually, this will be filled with posters and flags. It's going to look beautiful, Andrew.
I'm very excited. I'm getting used to the crowd. I'm expecting more crowds in the days to come.
And we have these new lights, too. It's really hot right here. Would you
agree?
I'm
hurting. I've been sitting here for about 45 minutes getting ready as we shredded through the technical difficulties, and I am sweating. But I've got my beer that's not named because we're not sponsored, but I'm ready to go.
Not yet. We will be, though. All right, so for this show, we're going to keep it short, sweet, give you everything you want to know. We're going to give you our best bet each for this NFL season. We'll kick it to Jack. Why don't you start us off?
Oh, Paul, thanks for giving me the cue here to start us off. Zach, producer, can I get a Dodgers score check really quick? I have the Dodgers money line tonight. Before I go into some football, let me get a Dodgers score check. I think it's 2-0 in the fifth or the sixth. It's looking all right.
It is still 2-0.
Good. All right, so I'm in a happier mood. All right, good. Beautiful. So, Paul, your best bet. There's a lot of best bets. For me. But I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to make the playoffs.
Shocker.
The Pittsburgh Steelers to make the playoffs at plus 330. I'm not saying win the division. I'm saying you make the playoffs. This team is so freaking disrespected. And Andrew's grinning over here. This is disrespected football team.
You don't even want the win total.
You made the playoffs last year, right?
Before we start the show.
You don't want the win total. You just want to make the playoffs plus 330.
Just hear me out.
I'm listening.
It's 3-1 odds. Yeah, listen to this. Win total minus 110. Make playoffs plus 330. What would you rather have, right?
Well, the win total is 8.5, right?
What would you rather have, minus 110 odds or plus 330
So you think they make the playoffs at 9-7 or 9-8 now?
And you make the playoffs.
Can I ask you a question?
No,
Please.
I'm making my point.
Or make your point. Then let me ask you a question.
Yeah, then you can ask me a question. This team was a playoff team last year, correct?
Yes.
Got murdered by Kansas City, correct?
Yes.
With the hardest schedule in the NFL. The number 1 ranked, toughest schedule in the NFL. And we're getting knocked, right? Oh, Mitch stinks. Mitch isn't that great.
He does.
Fair, fine. Okay, maybe he does.
How many years since he's been a starting quarterback?
Was Ben Roethlisberger to you that much better than Mitch?
No, I think Mitch could be better.
Phenomenal defense, best defense probably in the NFL. If I had to say.
Stop.
What do you mean stop?
That is blasphemous.
Best teams in the AFC North. Additions, we got Miles
the
Jack.
Ravens defense is better.
We got Miles Jack now.
The Ravens defense is better.
Easier schedule.
I'd like to ask you a question.
Good running back.
Miles Jack might not even start.
You're giving me 3-1 to make the playoffs.
Yeah, no,
With
it's great odds.
The same roster.
It's not
and an
great
easier
odds.
schedule.
Don't lie to him.
No, plus 330 is solid odds. But here's the question that I have to ask
ask
you,
me the
Jack.
question. What does our crowd think? Mike, what do you think? What do you think of that?
The Steelers suck ass.
All right, Mike has no mic in front of him. He has no mic in front of him.
What do you think, Zach?
What do I think the Steelers are going to be this week?
No, what do you think of that bet right there?
I like the bet. Look, I like...
Same roster, easier schedule. I mean, is Mitch much worse than Ben?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I don't think he is. I
think Ben, if they're both quarterbacks, right? Ben is he's not better than Mitch Trubisky will be this year, but he doesn't make that catastrophic mistake that I think Mitch Trubisky has a history of making.
That's a fair point. But I think
also the Steelers defense last year, how many touchdowns did they score?
Steelers D is phenomenal.
You think again though the touchdowns are reliable?
That's a phenomenal.
Andrew, at the end of last season, Ben couldn't throw the ball 20 yards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But here's the question, Jack: is who are you taking the Steelers over? Who are you leaving out? Because ready, AFC West.
To the playoffs.
Ready? There's the AFC West. Okay.
0-4.
But I'm just saying for playoff teams, you have an AFC West winner.
I'd take us over Oakland.
Let's say Oakland doesn't exist.
I'd take us over Las Vegas. Sorry, Las Vegas.
All right. So do you make it over the Chargers or the Broncos?
No chance.
I say make it over the Raiders and the Broncos. I'm not high on Russ.
So let's pretend.
I think Russ is a shitty quarterback.
So let's pretend. Chargers and Chiefs make it. Okay. Let's say they make it. The Bills are going to make it, all right?
Our schedule's not
They
hard.
win their division.
Like, you know what our schedule
Are
is?
you better than Baltimore or Cincinnati?
We play Baltimore very well with Lamar. We have Lamar's number.
But are you going to have a better record than Baltimore or Cincinnati?
I would think so, yeah. I do. I really do. I think since he regresses, they have a target on their back now. I think we're out for some blood. 10-1 to win the AFC North. We're out for some blood. Mitch is feeling disrespected.
All right, Jack. Why don't we quickly graze through your schedule? Graze through.
I'd like to give my win-loss for each one of these games as well.
Yeah.
We'll be quick.
Same.
We'll be quick.
And I'll be honest.
Week one.
I will also be honest.
Week 1 at Bengals.
Loss.
Let me just take a sip of this Busch Light really quick.
An unnamed
We're not
light
sponsored.
beer.
Yeah, we're not sponsored here.
Shit, gotta cut that.
Week 1, Steelers, Bengals.
Loss.
Cincinnati.
Loss.
Okay.
0-1.
Patriots at Steelers.
Win.
Win.
1-1.
I'll give you win. 1-1. Okay. At Cleveland.
Win.
Loss.
2-1.
Win. Deshaun won't be playing.
Loss.
No, they're in shambles. 2-1.
Jacoby
Okay.
Brissett is the quarterback.
Keep track of your records.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the win. 2-1.
Hosting the Jets.
Loss.
3-1.
Loss.
3-1.
Loss.
3-1.
No. All right. I'm with
3-1.
Jack.
3-1.
That's dumb, Paul.
At Bills.
4-1. Beat him last
That's a
year. Can do
loss.
it again.
That's a loss.
Jack.
Beat him last
Jack,
year. Can do it again.
I'd
We
give
beat
you-
him last
right
year.
now,
Can do it
look,
again.
Jack, I don't care what the line is. I'll give you plus 21 right now. The Bills
We
beat
just
them
heard that, right?
45-0.
Oh, we just heard that, right?
Yep. Someone write it down somewhere.
So I'll take the Steelers plus 21 in that game.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
I'll
Let's
side
be
out 20
realistic.
and a half.
All right.
20 and a half.
3 and
20
2.
and a half.
3 and 2. 3 and 2.
Hosting the Buccaneers. I think you lose that too.
I think we win that game.
Jack, can we go to you neutral party?
I'm serious.
I'm a neutral party. That's a loss.
All right. 2-1, Jack. I'm sorry. 3-3. Hosting or at the Dolphins.
Win.
Win.
They stink.
I think they win that. I think they win that.
That's also going to be an all Steelers crowd. Like,
What?
you don't,
Yeah,
have, you
win.
don't have fans.
Win.
That'll be
What
a
do you
home game.
mean? Who's going to guard
There will be
Tyreek?
an all Steelers.
Tua guards him.
But
Let's be generous. Let's be generous. Let's be generous. We give them the win. 4-3. At Philly.
Win.
Loss.
No,
I think you lose that.
we lose. Look, fine. We lose to Tampa and Buffalo. I think we beat Philly.
How does that work? That's
I think you're 4-4. I think we're being
Philly's
reasonable here.
Philly's
Hosting the
overhyped.
Saints.
Philly's
Hosting the
overhyped.
Saints.
Philly's way overhyped this year.
Hosting the Saints.
They beat
Dodgers
the
score?
Saints.
I think that's a win.
Dodgers
That's
score?
definitely a win.
Hosting the Saints. Win.
5-4. 5-4.
Win.
Hosting the Bengals.
Win.
Loss.
No.
I actually think you win that
We're
too.
going to split with Cincinnati.
6-4.
6-4.
At Colts.
Loss.
It's probably a
Loss.
6-5. At Atlanta. That's a
Loss.
win.
Win.
You
Win.
think?
On the
Oh,
road.
who to Des Ridder or Marcus Mariota? Come on, with that, no way.
All right, let's give it to him. 7.
You can't- the NFL's hard to win on the road. It's literally the one sport where
That'll be
where
a
the
home
road
game.
No,
That'll be
it's
a home
not.
game. You know, dude,
What,
every
Atlanta
time
has
we go,
fans?
every time we go to Atlanta, I see a gazillion towels in that stadium.
So every stadium is a home game for the Steelers. Is
At-
what you're saying.
Atlanta,
Where is
Miami.
it- Where do the Steelers play that it's not a home game?
This is where we're at home, ready? Pittsburgh, obviously. MetLife. Miami.
That is absurd.
I was at the game
that
3 years
is
ago.
Absurd.
I was there 3
what
years
was it,
ago.
Week 16.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I literally just guessed that for everyone in this room. I had no idea.
It was about week 15.
Yeah, and
Well,
what
okay.
was that record? 3
So-
and 13.
so-
oh, no wonder the Steelers who were started. Stop. Okay,
We're
thank you.
home in Atlanta,
Next.
Arizona, LA, Miami.
Okay, so if we're being generous here, you're 7-5. If we're giving you
And our defense also blitzes the shit out of Mariota.
Ravens at Steelers.
Win.
So they're winning the division.
I think they probably lose that game.
They're winning the division.
I
You-
think the Ravens are so overhyped this year.
All right,
Like,
let's
it's
give them the win.
incredible.
8-5.
No,
It
no,
is
stop,
incredible.
Stop giving them these. They're not beating the
Have you,
Ravens.
have
They
you
are beating the
seen,
Ravens.
Have you
Look,
seen,
I'm on Jack for
have
the
you
Ravens.
seen how well the Pittsburgh Steelers D has played against Lamar in the past? Can't do a thing on them.
Yeah,
Fine,
no.
whatever. Win. Give them the win.
All right,
Whatever.
8-5.
At Panthers.
If we get the
Oh,
test,
that's
win.
Baker Mayfield.
that's a win.
Win.
That's win.
That's 9 wins.
9-5. Hosting Vegas.
Loss.
Loss. I give that a loss.
I'll give
9-6.
On Christmas Eve in Heinz Field.
You have-
Come
you
on,
have to-
come on.
Excuse me, not Heinz Field anymore.
It's Heinz. It's always Heinz.
The ketchup bottle is gone.
No, it's
What's the
always
new
Heinz
name again?
I don't know. It's like Astro something, right?
Acrisure.
Acrisure.
Sounds like a farm.
By the way, we've
like a
given you the
mouthwash.
benefit of the doubt.
So,
After
yeah,
this,
yeah. With the benefit of the doubt, it's 9.
After this, I want you to finish this. I'm not going to say anything. Can me and Paul go through a realistic win-loss, and we'll take 30 seconds with you not saying a word.
I've also given you guys benefit of the doubt. We're not going to lose at home to the Buccaneers.
Jeez. All right, at Ravens. That's a
Loss.
loss. That's a loss.
Loss.
We're 9-7 here, and then you're hosting Cleveland.
Win. That's 10 wins. We're in the
Loss
playoffs.
with Deshaun Watson.
With
9-8.
Deshaun Watson, I think it's a loss. But
Missed the playoffs.
Depends what happens with Watson.
And there's like 3 or 4 wins in there that you won't actually get.
The last time we lost to Cleveland with fans at home, with fans in the stadium at home, was probably 40 years ago.
You mean the playoff game?
Yeah, there's no fans there though. It doesn't count. That never happened.
Were there no fans of that game? Was that the COVID game?
yeah. That's what I was referring to.
Jeez.
All right, whatever. It's going to be. I'd rather take the 8.5 wins. I actually don't think it's a bad bet. However, they're not going to beat the Jets at home, but we'll get to that when I can go.
I mean, that's just outrageous.
It's not outrageous.
It's not a bad bet at plus 330. It's
No,
not.
it's
It's
not
not
bad.
terrible.
It's
After
not.
going through the schedule, it's not a
It's
bad
pretty
bet.
much, it's the easier schedule with the same roster, essentially. That's what I'm saying.
The 8.5 wins though seems to be pretty solid. A pretty good line.
I don't like minus odds, though.
What
No,
are the
of course you
odds?
don't.
Minus 110. I'd rather bang a plus 330.
All right, Andrew. Why don't we swing it over to you then with the Jets?
Well, so my best bet, not Jets to make the playoffs, Jets over 5.5 wins, which when point guard Paul over here, when he heard that line, he didn't even believe it. That's how ridiculous this is. If you name this team the Steelers, put them the same exact roster, this over-under's at 7.5, by the way. Or any team, Vikings, anyone, put the same roster out, 7.5.
I've been pretty critical of Zach Wilson over the past 3 or 4 weeks that we've been discussing things.
Yes.
And I went on Twitter today just to get another checkup on him. It seems like he's playing a lot better.
He's good.
Everyone looks
No.
good in camp, though.
And
The Jets don't. The Jets do not look good at camp. Christian Hackenberg was hitting fans in wheelchairs.
You know, you're right.
Getting
You're
rolled
right.
out.
You're
Listen.
right. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
did he actually?
Yes. There was a report that came out, and of course me and shout out Evan Knutson, I think he'll be listening. We tweet back at some of these Jets beat writers, of course. It was like Christian Hackenberg, sales pass hits fans in fan in wheelchair.
That's so bad.
Of course, we type underneath, like, it doesn't matter, it's practice, but these things do matter. However, Zach Wilson, if you look at, I said this last night with no mics in front of us, you look at his stats, how he played as a rookie compared to Josh Allen, very similar. I'm not saying he's Josh Allen, obviously. I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL. But 5.5 wins. This guy is extremely athletic. He has a rocket arm. The defense is greatly improved. 6-11 is a bad football team. You're bad. So the Jets can be bad, and they hit this bet.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna be one to say, oh, take an under 5.5. I'm not gonna fade that. I'm not gonna go under 5.5.
We can go through some after this, after Paul gives his best bet, and after we go through the Jets schedule, we can look at some other low win totals, and there's some under 5.5.
I am looking at the Jets schedule right now.
It's not difficult.
Let's quickly.
I'll be
run
honest
through.
too, unlike Jack.
Yeah. All right. We'll let Andrew
I was
predict.
totally
We'll let
honest.
Andrew do it.
I even gave us a loss against the Bucks.
By the way, down the line of the show, we'll be doing best bets. Mine will definitely be Jets +6 at home week 1 against the Ravens and money line. I just want the money line. I don't even want the points. However, that game, week 1, is going to be the biggest game the Jets have played at home in 6-7 years. It's going to be packed.
You're going to get killed.
We're not going to get killed. We expect to win.
No, you
You
don't.
talk to any Jets fan. How many years can we rebuild? It's like all these teams. The Bengals are bad for a couple
Hey,
of
it's
years.
the same thing every year.
Yeah,
The Jets.
but
It's the
why?
same thing every year.
Why?
They go, this is just year.
No, I think they can be better. But week 1 playing Lamar Jackson.
I'm giving. You can give the Jets a loss. In my head, I know they're
Sure.
winning.
We'll let you go through it. Okay.
Okay, I'm giving them a win.
Week 1. Yes. You got to win at Cleveland.
We win because of
No Deshaun.
No Deshaun. If Deshaun's there, we lose by 20 points.
Okay. Hosting the Bengals.
We lose.
2-1 at Steelers.
I legitimately think we're going to beat them. However, for the case, since we gave him the win over there, whatever, we can take the loss, and we still get to the
But
win
he
total.
knows they're going to lose that game. That's what
All right,
I'm
you
saying.
host.
I think we're 2-1 at that point.
Let's
Zach
say you're
Wilson's
2-2.
throwing. I think Zach will. No, I'm saying against the Steelers.
Yeah.
We're 2-1. Zach Wilson's slinging the ball to Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Conklin, all these guys slinging the ball around the field. And Mitch, every time they're doing the same thing. 3rd and 10, draw. 3rd and 10, draw. Najee Harris, draw. Minka Fitzpatrick needs to get pick 6 to win. Draw. Okay, I'm just going to say the two teams, Jets are going to be going like this, Steelers like this at that point.
Okay. 2-2. 2-2.
I'm going to say that score is
2-2.
35-3 Pittsburgh Steelers.
We'll have a
You
side.
guys won't score 35 points once this whole year.
I don't know one receiver you
The
just said.
Steelers are the number 1 defense in the NFL this year.
Thank you. Put some respect on that name.
putting that out
Okay.
there.
Let's get back to the schedule.
Dude, rookie
Please,
receivers,
let's get back
come
to
on.
the schedule.
Give me a break with that.
All right, Andrew, give me quick hitters. Dolphins at Jets,
Win.
3-2. At Packers,
Loss.
3-3.
53-0, Packers win.
At Broncos,
We lose 47-0.
3-4. Hosting the Patriots,
Win.
you're 4-4.
Win. Yeah, win.
Hosting Buffalo,
We lose. It's a close
4-5.
game. Close game, though. We play Buffalo well.
at New England.
It's after a bye, though. Win. Include that, please, and I know that.
That's all right. 5-5.
In Foxborough.
At
Okay, fine. Give us a loss, and we'll come back to it.
4-6. Hosting the Bears,
Win. Worst team in the NFL.
5-6. At the Vikings,
Lose.
yeah, damn right. At the Bills,
Lose. We're 5-8 right
5-8
now, right?
right now. Yeah. Hosting the Lions,
Win.
hosting the Jaguars.
Win.
All right, 7-8. At Seattle,
Win.
Pretty good bet.
8-8.
8-8, and we're
Dolphins.
gonna play the Dolphins week 17. This is with losing to some games that I think they might steal. We're gonna be in Miami week 17. It's gonna be a home game for the Jets. I've been there. It's a home game for the Jets.
I'm sorry, Zach.
It's going to be a home game for the Jets. This fan base has been starved. We've been led astray. It's been ridiculous for years, and we're going to finally have a chance to make the playoffs.
And you're gonna be 9-8.
And we're going to have a chance to make the playoffs.
You're not
making the playoffs to Jets fans right now, we're not going to. I don't think we will this year. I want that on record. However, if there's a chance week 17 for us to make the playoffs, it will be a home game, and I mean, making the playoffs to us is making the Super Bowl. And I know that's pathetic to say.
Let's.
I'll give them 6 wins.
Here, I have 2 things. For
I like the over.
I have 2 things for Andrew.
I'll give them 6 wins.
1, just move the microphone a little bit away from yourself, or move yourself a little bit away. 2, at 9-8, with all of the teams, the gauntlet that the AFC is, you don't get in. You need at least double-digit wins this year.
Well, he said that he doesn't think they're gonna get in.
I don't think they're going to
He
get
likes the over total.
Yeah, no, I like the over total too.
But you don't think since the gauntlet of AFC teams, they kind of eat each other and eat themselves?
I mean, we'll be 11.
I think we gave you basically every game that could go either way. I think we gave you, because we gave you the Lions, the Jaguars.
Those games aren't going either way.
The Bears. We
Paul,
gave
those
you
are horrible teams.
Andrew. I'm a
The
fan of
Dolphins
T-Law.
on one
I'm a
and
T-Law
one.
fan in year 2.
Don't
We
get me
gave you the
started on
Browns.
Trevor Lawrence.
every game that you would have to win in that situation, we gave you. But I like the bet. I think they get 6 or 7.
To finish up on the Jets, because I don't want to take too much time. The Jets beat Trevor Lawrence, lost to the COVID Jets when our tight ends coach was our head coach. That's how bad he is.
Yeah,
he lost.
It's the Jaguars are horrible.
No, you will go over that 5.5. I agree.
Thank you.
I'll give you 6 or 7 wins.
All right, we had been discussing this, and before we hit my bet, I'd just like to hear from each of you.
I would take Mac Jones over Zach Wilson.
And I like Zach in this too. If you had to rate the AFC East quarterbacks or rank them, okay? We'll put Josh Allen at 1. We all know that. And we'll throw Mitch Trubisky in this ranking because this is a discussion that we've been having for a while.
Oh, okay.
So we have Mitch, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, and Tua. Rank them. Zach, we'll start with you since...
we already know it's Josh Allen, Tua. Who we got then? Mitch. I think I'll take Mitch. I'll take Mitch over Mac. I think I'll go Mac and then Wilson. Wilson's garbage to me. He doesn't.
Wilson's last.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Okay, and is real quick to clarify, is that how good by the end of the season, like going into this season, that's the order that you would want them?
Yeah.
All right, Andrew.
Well, Josh Allen, obviously, number 1. Zach Wilson is number 2.
Hot take.
Can I take Kenny Pickett, or does it have to be Mr. Trubisky?
No, it has to be Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, I'm cool with Pickett. I'm cool with Pickett too.
I think we're all cool with Pickett.
I think we're all Pickett in there too.
I don't think Pickett's all that good.
This is tough.
Pickett's a beast, Paul.
I think these next 3 are horrific quarterbacks. Like, I don't want any of them on my team.
Hey,
I guess I'd probably go Mac Jones 3. Mitch Trubisky has made the playoffs, and then Tua last.
Yeah. Wow.
Just to put it out there, Tua's got the only winning record besides Josh Allen out of those.
Do you know what's crazy here? Is that I think I agree with Andrew, except I would switch Tua and Mitch Trubisky for who I would want going into this season.
You know why though? Because Mitch was a Bear for years. You don't like the Bears. I mean, that's why.
The Vikings and Bears have a rivalry. Yes, I don't like Chicago, but I watched them. I watched Mitch Trubisky play for what year is he going into now? Is this like his 5th or 6th season now?
Yeah, 5th.
He's bad.
We know what Mitchell Trubisky is.
Yeah,
We know who he is.
New team, new colors, new uniform, new city, new coaches.
But he's not going to make himself better.
Flores comes to the Steel City now.
He's not going to be the reason why they're good.
I'm just saying we got some new faces, pretty faces, better team.
Well, here's the thing. So this is why I would want Zach Wilson over all of them. Is I think that he has the highest ceiling of all
Mac's
these players.
better than Zach.
No, Mac Jones. He's a very good quarterback.
Mac Jones.
He's good for the Patriots.
Mac Jones.
If you put Mac Jones on the Jets,
He'd be horrendous.
he would be
I
unbelievably
know. Okay, fine.
bad.
That's a fair point. But like, Mac Jones last year, I know New England, Belichick. Yeah, I get it. But like, he's completing 65% of his passes, 75% of his passes. 23 touchdowns, 10 picks.
No,
10 and 7.
He's
Zach Wilson more touchdowns more picks than touchdowns.
Within that system,
like in
he
this
is a
one
good
year, like how can you say rather Zach Wilson than Mac Jones?
Zach Wilson before getting hurt was bad. He was bad.
I think that I would take
like I'm not knocking Zach Wilson. Like I do think like he can be a good quarterback. I would so take Mac.
By the end of the season, I think Zach Wilson will be better than Mac Jones.
I completely 100% agree.
I am not a fan of Mac Jones.
Rookie head coach.
Dude, I don't know.
It's garbage.
Listen, rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, rookie quarterback. Do you know how difficult it is? Like, no wonder he's getting sacked every time. They don't know what to, like, this is their first time thrown into the fire in New York.
I don't know. Like, just
to put it
Thank
out
you.
there,
New
being
Jersey.
here, people, the Dolphins' offensive line was ranked 32nd for the last 3 years, and Tua was in for 2 of those, and we still have a winning record with Tua.
Let me also say, Zach,
Let me know how that works.
if the Pittsburgh Steelers
It's okay to say we.
had a no, I
You
don't
say
want
we.
I don't want to sound like I'm super biased. I don't sound like super
No,
biased.
but you're away. You're
Okay,
away.
okay.
We all know you're super biased.
No, it's the first episode.
You just said
It's
that
the
the
first
Bucks
episode.
were gonna lose to the Steelers.
But I didn't say I'm a Steeler fan until now.
I think people could have inferred.
Heinz Field's a tough place to play.
Well,
That's all
that
we
doesn't
said.
exist anymore.
Shut up, keep forgetting that.
Acrisure Stadium. All right, Jack, go ahead. Give us your rankings.
I was gonna quickly say if we had I know it's a big factor. If we had a decent O line, we're the best team in football. 15 wins. Oh. But anyway, my ranking is for the quarterback. Josh Allen, probably the best quarterback in football. I think the Bills win the Super Bowl.
He's not even part of this.
Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones.
Hot take.
National champion. Alabama.
Tall, so strong.
Good pocket passer. Tall.
Yeah.
Playoffs his first year. On a good team. I like Mac Jones.
Did Tua not win the
Mitch?
national championship?
I'd go Mitch third. Zach Wilson and then Tua.
Oh, why are we hating on Tua? Well, just put it out there. Why are we hating on Tua?
Well,
Tua
how
has
is the
not
only
really
guy-
shown me any ability?
True. Tua is a national champion. He is.
okay.
So my national champion remark on Mac Jones is totally out the window.
Yeah.
But what he showed me.
Who did
The
you
Cavs,
just?
one of the Cavs. But he showed me his rookie season. I saw some promise. I'm a Mac Jones fan. I really am. Like, I don't think
I was a
you
little
can-
harsh on him before. I think he's a good quarterback, but I just like the potential.
Like, yeah, potential, fine. But like, I don't
I don't think he's bad. Like, you see Zach Wilson, and obviously, I'm just saying potential-wise, I don't think he's anywhere close to these guys. Like I said before, like, you could see him with his tools if he somehow puts it all together. Like, he can be a guy that's
Here
like
comes
Patrick
Aaron
Mahomes
Rodgers,
throwing it
yeah.
down the field. Like, he can be these guys. Mac Jones can never be those guys. He can't. You know that.
like, dude. I
would rather have Mac Jones, like, last season, Mac Jones, I would rather have than Zach Wilson. However, Zach Wilson year 2, and I think him progressing and learning the offense, I think that he is the second best quarterback there by a mile.
Zach Wilson sucks, dude. He stinks.
Okay.
I agree.
Like, he's-
Okay, I agree.
but I think he's better than Tua.
That's just hot. That's a big hot take. That's a big hot take.
I watched that Dolphins Saints Monday night game, and ever since then, those two quarterbacks are laughable to me. They shouldn't be in the league. That 9-0 game was the score, whatever it was.
When was that?
With Ian Book.
With
You'd like
Book
to watch your
against
mouth.
Ian Book looked like he outplayed Tua.
I was all
Tua
over the
play that
Saints
game?
money line that game.
Tua did play, did he not?
Ian was horrible.
Yes,
that game.
Tua played.
Tua
Ian
played that
actually
game?
came on
Tua played,
the
Tua
Notre Dame
played, Tua
podcast.
played,
Yeah,
and said-
but-
Tua played.
Just putting it out there. The Saints' defense is no joke either.
Yeah, but you're an NFL quarterback. Like, you got to figure it out.
Wait, figure out what?
Like, you watch him constantly throw the ball directly to players on the other team.
Like,
Look,
here,
it
I'm gonna bring a
happens.
point. No. Here, so what I was saying before, like,
Did you realize who our wide receivers were?
Jalen Waddle, one of the best rookie wide receivers, I dare I say, statistically wise, ever. So there you go. That's all you need.
And then
The Jets
fact check
Zach
that.
Wilson was
I don't
throwing to Jeff Smith and Keelan Cole. These guys, if you saw them at Subway down the street, you wouldn't recognize them because they look like the people who are working there.
Andrew, if I covered Keelan Cole, I think I do
You-
somewhat okay. I think I get lit up.
You would do somewhat okay.
Somewhat okay, you think?
Well, he can't catch the ball, so he'd probably get open, but it would just hit him in the face.
So what I was saying before, like,
Go ahead, Jack.
I'm hard on Zach Wilson. It was 1 year. It's tough to be so hard on somebody, you know.
In
But-
the hardest place to play in all of sports
But yes,
for the New York Jets.
Yes. But I don't know if I see the potential that other people, including Andrew here, see. Like, after this first season, like, if you're Mac and you're completing, like, most of your passes, winning 10 games and, like, throwing for 25 touchdowns and 10 picks, and, like, Zach Wilson has more picks than touchdowns, like, how do you... Like, I think it's early to say
Well,
you
he
take...
had more touchdowns than picks.
But here's what it is,
total,
Jack.
Total. I'm saying
I
rushing
think-
as
Okay,
well.
okay, fair, yeah. Rushing 2 in there, yeah. But, like, I think it's hard to say you would take Zach over Mac right now.
Well, it's
Listen.
situations.
I got this for you, Andrew. I have a Toyota Corolla. Okay, Jack. The Toyota Corolla, great car. It's gotten me through a lot of
Look,
long
I'm aware
trips
of
so far.
both of the systems too. Like, I'm aware of who they play for.
Yeah, but the Corolla is going to be a reliable
A
car.
Corolla's no joke.
It's going to get me 300,000 miles.
I have
hopefully.
a Corolla.
You
I have a
know,
Corolla.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
I
steady.
have a Corolla.
It's a steady car, and it'll get the job done.
300,000.
But my Corolla can't go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Okay, it just can't do that.
My '96 Camry can.
What I think,
So Zach's
what I
got
think
the
you have with Zach
explosiveness. He's
Wilson,
got the
what I think you have with
explosiveness.
Zach
Yeah,
Wilson is a really, and I cannot emphasize this enough, a really beat up Ferrari. It is
yeah,
a
it has 3
Ferrari.
wheels.
It is a Ferrari that has 3 wheels that Andrew is working on every day. And
Yes.
Andrew's not a mechanic. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's probably not going to work. But if
I don't
Andrew
know about
pulls
that.
it all together and he gets that 4th wheel, asks a couple more knowledgeable people how to fix the car, there's a chance, a very low one, but there's a chance he could have something incredible. I think that is
I
a fair
completely agree.
comparison.
I don't think Zach
of Mac
Wilson will
Jones
ever
and
be
Zach
like a
Wilson.
system quarterback for 10 years. Like, he's just
Zach
gonna be
Wilson
okay.
will either be a
He's
very
either
good
gonna be great
quarterback or he'll be
terrible.
out of the NFL.
Okay.
in
I
3 years.
agree. And
I
I
agree.
think he's going to be a very
All right,
good
let me
I can
give
see
you
that,
my
yeah.
bet here.
I
Let me
can
give
see-
you my
yeah,
bet.
I can see that. It's a nice comparison, Paul. Look at you.
You know, you
at you.
listen to Colin Coward enough. You
look
start
at-
to put it together.
Look at you.
Just to let you know, Colin Coward was big on Tua this year too. He's putting it out there.
And by the way, in that conversation, Mitch Trubisky is a car that's already been driven to the top 10 weeks ago.
Look.
Mitch Trubisky is burning off a bridge
Yeah,
somewhere.
and the Steelers
He's in
found
the
him,
junk
and we're like,
pile.
I guess we could restore this piece of crap.
Hey, look. Mitch is sitting back listening to guys like us just
Mitch had a great
embracing.
practice, apparently.
Embracing. Mitch is like, all right.
Yeah,
keep
Tua's
it
had
coming.
like 7
Keep
great
it-
practices, but and so is Zach Wilson. But we
By the way,
both know who's
practice-
going to be
practice,
better.
Besides for the Jets, does not matter.
All right, here's my bet, guys. I think the Cowboys as the NFC East division winner at plus 125 is a great bet. The only competition in that division is going to be the Eagles, right? They're sitting at plus 185. And now, when Dallas and Philly played head-to-head last year, I believe the score was something like 45 to 14, something like that, right? Do you guys remember that game on
Yes.
Sunday Night Football? It was an embarrassment. I'm not buying all the hype around Philadelphia right now. Jalen Hurts, people think that just because they have A.J. Brown that he's going to turn into this MVP caliber quarterback, and I don't see it. I think he'll be an average starter. He gives you some ability with his legs, and I do like A.J. Brown as an addition, but they add a few pieces, and all of a sudden they're expected to compete with Dallas, who is a very good football team and should be better this season.
Listen, I completely agree. I had thankfully had Jalen Hurts on my fantasy team, so I watched more Eagles games than I would have liked. However,
You were the first heckler of this show. Last year when we released our fantasy quarterback rankings, you said, where the hell is Jalen Hurts in your top 5 or top 10?
thank you. And what did he finish? I think second or third.
So we'll have to confirm that, but it was a good
Mike,
good call.
intern Mike, can you look that up? just someone just find out where he finished last year. However, fantasy
He was
great
probably
quarterback.
top 5, right?
I think he was like 2 or
a top-
3.
to have been.
He was a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
He's a good fantasy quarterback. He has great legs, and I think he's a phenomenal athlete. But
And he's fast.
again, similarly, I don't want to bring it back to Tua, but I don't think adding a wide receiver does that much for these type of like. There's like, okay, we gave you AJ Brown, now we expect you to read too deep. And again, I'm not like a football play savant. However, as a quarterback, like we need you to read like 2 high safeties, this, and this. Just because you have AJ Brown running wide open a couple times doesn't make you that much,
That's
better
smarter.
at a quarterback. Yeah. So I also think the Cowboys, I think they're Super Bowl contenders. I think they're really good. And I think it plus money to win a division that you're getting 4 wins in.
Yeah, that they've owned that division too.
Yeah, I really love it, Paul.
Just to put it out
Yeah,
there.
Paul, I'd say so. Good bet.
Jalen Hurts finished 9th last year.
Was he actually 9?
Damn straight.
Was he hurt? Oh, he got hurt. That was his face. The guy.
Was it Gordon Minshew?
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew
Yeah.
played a couple
Minshew did
games,
come-
right?
The mustache man.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Regardless, finished in the top 10. But
He
he,
did,
was
he
up
did.
in the top. He was a good fantasy
Yeah, but,
quarterback
I mean,
if you paid attention.
That's because he can run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
no,
And they had the
that's
number
what
one.
matters.
Didn't they have the number 1 rushing offense in the
They
league?
had the number 1 rushing offense in the league until I forget what week it was. It was something like 14 or 15. A running back had not scored a rushing touchdown. He would just score every single one.
Yeah.
And
I think
all the
talent-
reports.
Sorry, Mike, continue.
Oh, thanks. All the reports coming out on Hurts right now, you see a couple flashes of, he's playing like brilliantly.
Oh,
but
yeah.
everything else, when you actually really dig deep into Philadelphia Eagles Twitter right now, he's not performing that much better at this year's.
What was
training camp.
that game that you referred? Was that Sunday night or Monday night when they played
The Cowboy game?
the Cowboy Eagles?
It was in Dallas, I believe.
Because
it
Jalen
was
Hurts,
Sunday.
that game was like
Horrible. It was a huge game.
He was horrible and ran in 2 touchdowns. So his fantasy score, like we were talking about,
At the
wasn't
end,
that
yeah.
bad.
Sunday.
However, he'd
Sunday
be
night.
rolling out right and just be launching these Again, I'm not a Jalen
Well,
Hurts fan.
that's why I don't want the comparisons between Dallas and Philly right now, is because Dallas is mauling Philadelphia when they play.
100%.
And until Philly proves to me, now look, maybe they go into Dallas, or maybe Dallas goes to Philly this year and the Eagles are able to win.
Yes.
But until they do that, it's very hard for me to not look at plus 125. Look, I don't gamble a lot after the tragedy of Wisconsin, Nebraska a couple months ago.
We don't bring that up, Paul.
We don't need to talk
We're
about
not going to bring that up.
And that's Michael's.
We're not going to bring that up.
But if I were a gambling man, and I probably will be again one day, that's so sad. At plus 125, I think that those are odds that I would be willing to hit.
Dak Prescott as the quarterback of your team with great receivers and a young.
Yeah, they're going to have to
Dak's
survive the receivers.
I mean, you look at
They're
like
You
gonna
don't
have to
think
survive.
CeeDee Lamb, Gallup? I think they're pretty good.
I mean, but Gallup and Washington out right now. I work on a Cowboys show at the moment. Jalen Tolbert is their number 2 right now. Noah someone. It's they right now. I think on track to be their 4th receiver. He's 5'9", 157 pounds.
Okay, well, obviously my
Not even
previous
kidding
comment,
with-
I'll take that back. However, they have a young defense and a potential.
No, they got great
player of the
defense.
year,
I like Dallas.
Yeah, Paul, you look at like just pure like if you look at just talent, it's definitely Dallas's division to lose. And Dallas
1,000%.
Dallas gets so much crap, for making the playoffs, not doing much. But your bet's just for them to win the division, get to the playoffs, have that be it. And
Yeah,
that's it. I do think that the best, the best reason that I'm going to agree with you here is because, like you were saying, 2 of those teams are total trash. Like it's one-on-one.
But I could also.
That's really what
It
it's
is.
one-on-one.
I can't see ever like the Cowboys going into New York and losing, but I could see a world where like Hurts struggles and they go play the Giants and like MetLife is.
Oh, I see
rocking
him losing
and-
to Washington. Yeah.
I can't see the Cowboys losing to either of those teams.
Yeah.
Which is a huge difference.
And I think Dallas beats Philly twice.
Like it's not I don't think it's a bet that I would personally make myself, but I don't think it's a bad bet at all. Like they're probably going to win that division.
I am a good gambler.
They should
I'm
win
just
the
unlucky.
division.
Paul, I mean, like if you want to talk about that Wisconsin
No, we're
play,
not gonna talk
man.
about that.
I'm a bad gambler and I'm unlucky.
All right, what do you guys think? Should we wrap this one?
All right, but you got any other topics they want to talk about? Just to put it out there too, is way better than Wilson. I know we're just gonna keep cutting this in this.
Regardless, of the 4 of us, Zach Wilson was rated severely above Tua.
Oh, I thought you were including Kirk Cousins in that for a second.
Kirk Cousins is
Oh,
the worst quarterback
I'm saying
of all
our
time.
rankings before of the 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah. But if you threw Kirk Cousins in there, I thought you were going to
Kirk Cousins would be 2.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
would still rather have Zach for the future though than Kirk Cousins.
Sure,
However,
sure.
Kirk Cousins is much better right now. Not even close. Not even a discussion.
What? Kirk Cousins so overrated.
He's underrated. All right, with that, we're going to wrap up this episode of the Paul Farrington Show. When we're back on Friday, we will have Robert Ziggy Ziegler. We know Carmen in the audience loves Ziggy. We'll have Ziggy back. We'll have the Wi-Fi sorted out. Maybe a little bit more decorations here in the background. But thank you for tuning into our first episode back, and we look forward to many more.
It's time for some more beers, baby. Let's get it rolling.